Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you are new. Today, another episode of the career mode. We got things finally rolling for ourselves. We got that brand new engine and we made it to Daytona. Did very well, finished in 16th, I believe it was. Got a lot of money now. We had 300,000, spent 100,000 on research and development for the tire wear, because trying to work towards next season mainly. Nothing really is going to happen much this year, but trying to keep the money up so we can continue to build and repair engines. We have a new engine being built and also one being repaired, and we also have a chassis being repaired, so both those repairs will be done at the end of this episode, and we can get more on the back burner. But with our brand new engine and a fresh chassis for the most part, we're going to be going on the Chicagoland for the first time on a normal track, which I'm interested to see how we can do. Hopefully we're a little bit closer to the back of the field. Maybe we could actually battle with some of the guys in the back. That would be awesome. So let's go see what we can end up doing here at Chicagoland. All right, pole time is about a 29.7. I was able to get down to about a 31.7, just in about 31.6, barely into a 31.6. But this first lap's not going to really matter, obviously. We're too slow at the line like normal. Second lap's going to be the money maker, hopefully. Just as long as we can qualify in the top 40. But these huge, like, orange Tropicana, like, bottles and balls on the backstretch remind me, I imagine it was at this track, with this track being the Tropicana 400. That one of those orange balls flew out on track during qualifying, if anybody remembers that. I don't remember who was out there at the time. I don't remember if it was like David Rudiman or David Reagan or Carl Edwards, somebody like that. I can't quite remember, but it was rolling down 3 and 4 over here, and they had to like pause qualifying because that thing was on the track, and it was like crazy. But I just remember that clip. It's so damn funny. But we actually ran an okay time first lap. You don't really want to cut this front stretch because it actually slows you down there. But we get a 31.5. I'll take that. And we're in 36. That's top 40. Let's go.
The NASCAR Winston Cup Series comes to Illinois this week for today's race, the Tropicana 400 at the Chicagoland Speedway. This is still a new track for these teams. Tell us about it, Barney.
This speedway is a 1.5-mile trioval with a wide racing surface and decent banking. That will keep the speeds up and the action very exciting.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. will try to use this race to close in on the points lead.
Oh yeah, and all these guys in the top 5 are fighting hard week in and week out to gain as many points as possible. It's harder to pick up spots once you're into the top 5.
The Sears Craftsman car has not had the finishes he's hoped for in the past couple races.
I believe they got a good chance to turn their luck around right here. These guys have been working extra hard this week, and I think it just may pay off for them in the end.
It's interesting they call us the Sears Craftsman car, not just the Craftsman car, so that's kind of interesting. But all right, let's see. We got 26 laps. Let's try not to destroy this chassis and engine in these next 2 races, because it's our newer engine with all the new power and stuff on it, so we need to try to not destroy this thing mainly. This track isn't like super hard to drive. Obviously, we're not going to be fast. We're very slow on the restart. Holy crap. And I just went down to Jeff Green. I thought I was clear behind Steve Park. That was not the case. My bad. I still had him and then Ricky Craven behind me. Why is Ricky Craven back here? But, yeah, we fell all the way back to last in a lap, probably just because of our terrible acceleration. That and then the tire grip. Tire grip is huge. Like, the stability that we have on slows us up a lot in these corners, just so we're not sliding around everywhere and wrecking every lap, because that was rough at the beginning of this career, trying to do it with like the limited stability or no stability control. Like we were wrecking around everywhere. So interesting to see. We're still slow as hell, but I'm hoping that we can try and catch up some, as long as we can drive a good pace. Somebody's gonna blow their engine as normal, but we're gonna have to pit near halfway, I would imagine. We hit a 31.8 there. Yeah, they're just faster than us now. Like, I don't know why qualifying they're slower. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what their deal is with qualifying to race pace, because it's a way different. But I'm definitely faster than they are in qualifying, and then we just have to struggle falling back at the beginning of every race. But at least it gets us some money qualifying well. And after this race, we'll have to re-sign our secondary sponsors. All the other ones besides the Craftsman one on the front. I was trying to look back there, like around the car, and I just braked because the right stick is a brake or accelerate if you look back. So that's interesting. So I just slowed ourselves down on the straightaway by accident, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can have a nice clean race here. We didn't damage the car getting into Jeff Green. I thought we did, but depending on how bad the tire wear is here, as it'll depend if I smack the wall or not with the right side, because this track hasn't been too hard to drive so far. It's actually been nice and nice Sunday drive out here. Pit road is starting to get populated here on lap 10 going into 11. I imagine they could make it the rest of the way on fuel. We got the leader coming off turn 4, not too far behind us, but we're running like a consistent-ish time, I would say. The last few laps have been dropping dramatically because of our tires getting more worn out. I kind of wish we could just take front tires, like just get a jack, lift up the front, and change the 2 front tires. We don't need the rear tires. It'd be a 2-tire stop, and we'll just wait on fuel. That's literally all we need. But we're gonna pit here in a couple laps or so, we don't lose too much time on these worn out tires. Kind of just cut this race in half, I think would be the smartest thing to do. All right, we're gonna come down and pit this lap as long as these leaders aren't like right on us. But that's my goal at least. I think the leader's gonna be like right on us though, unfortunately. I'm gonna try and get low on the backstretch and they can just go by me. There's a ton of cars on pit road right now. Oh no, that's a really bad situation for me, but hopefully these guys can... Oh, they're starting to pit as well. Dale Jarrett is definitely pitting. Jeff Gordon, I'm checking up. It looks like Dale Jarrett is getting on the pit road much quicker than we are, like normal. I'm not super aggressive in the pit road, but we got in there just fine, and everything should be fine on the car, I think. 17.7 is our stop. Hopefully we can have a nice clean stop, but we did go a lap down right as we were going to pit, so that's not too terrible. Solid stop, no mistakes. 17.6, they beat their projection, which is not too bad. We didn't come that far off behind Dale Jarrett there, who we came in behind. So that's actually pretty solid. I'm gonna stay down here, wait for these guys to go by, and then I'll come up on the back stretch so we don't get ran into there. But hey, that was a decent pit stop, I'd say. We got on the pit road about as good as I feel like we could have. And I don't think we're going to be passing anybody with speed on pit road or anything like that. But hopefully somebody blows their motor pretty soon. I'm going to try and keep an eye on pit road and see if we do gain a spot up to 42nd at all. So it's looking like I'm the only car a lap down currently. Last time by at the start-finish line, when it pops up at the bottom left, it showed we were the only one a lap down. Oh no, 2 other cars are a lap down now. So right around where the leader's at going into turn 3 right now is where 42nd, 41st are. So we're like half the track behind them. And other than that, we're just hoping and banking on anybody wrecking or blowing their motor and stuff. So been a kind of boring race just because we haven't been around too many people. And now we're just getting lapped by everybody. So I'm just trying to hold this low line and stay out of the way for the most part. And hopefully we don't get ran over at all. Oh, it does say we're in 42nd now. I did not see anybody blow their motor. But somebody must have. Is there anybody on pit road? I don't see anybody on pit road currently. So maybe it happened like a lap or so ago and I didn't even notice. I just now saw that we were 42nd. So not really sure what happened there. But hey, I'll take it. Not last. Every week, that's all I'm banking on is not getting last. And that makes me happy when we don't get last at least. Because we still have a lot to work for. Yeah, I still don't see anybody on pit road. I am super confused unless somebody stayed out super long. And then we got by them, because I honestly don't see anybody on pit road at all. So I'm very confused right now on where 43rd is. The leader is hitting the white flag, not too far behind us. Not sure who exactly the leader is right now, but they just hit the white flag. So we are going to have one more lap coming around to the line right now. I'm trying to stay out of these guys' way. Oh, somebody just blew a motor in front of us. That might be a spot, might not. I really don't know, because they are either 1 or 2 laps ahead of us. Actually, probably only 1 lap ahead of us. So I think actually on this final lap right here, because we're not going a lap down. The leader just took the checkered flag, so we are only going to be 1 lap down, and we should probably, actually that guy just passed the start finish line, so I think we're still going to finish 42nd and be a lap down. I think Kevin Harvick might have won the race. He's the first one that makes sense to me that is up here. So he's probably going to be pitting here, but we're still fighting. Oh, don't smack the wall. I barely scraped it. But that car went all the way to the end of pit road, so we're probably not going to get 41st for that, unfortunately. I was really hoping we could get 41st out of that. That would have been really nice, but 42nd place, nothing we can really do about it. Oh, well. So Mike Skinner ended up finishing 8 laps down. I accidentally skipped through the money at the end right there because I was clicking the replay stuff and it skipped right through it. But we did get that sponsor money, of course, for qualifying. Mike Skinner ended up finishing 8 laps down though, so he's the one that was behind us. But I honestly never saw anybody on pit road, so I don't know what happened to him. I'm very confused. And Kevin Harvick did get the win, and Gordon looks like he got 2nd place. So that's going to be very interesting on the point standings. I think Gordon had a 2-point lead over Harvick, I want to say. And yeah, he ended up with more points overall. It looks like, yeah, he led 5 laps, finished ahead of him as well. I'm very confused how it's only 5 points and not 10 because he finished ahead of him for 1, and then also 5 bonus points. Maybe it's not added on, so maybe it's 180. So yeah, I think Kevin Harvick's gonna have the points lead anyways. Kevin Harvick does have the points lead now by 8 over Gordon. That makes sense with the 10 points he beat Gordon by, I believe, and Gordon having a 2-point lead to start with. Stewart, I don't know where he finished in that race. Dale Jarrett was 4th, I believe, and Junior was 3rd, so they all had a pretty good race, but Harvick and Gordon getting 1-2 doesn't help everybody else behind them. But we have to go re-sign sponsorships now, all of our secondary ones. So qualify 40th, 35th. We've been doing actually like on and off. Average start place of 35th. I don't know, because we just qualified, what, 36th? And we've been doing really well with Delphi getting that 40th, but 35th is like on the edge of where we've been getting. I don't know. I feel like I just gotta stay with qualify at 40th, make sure we get that money every week for now. Rank 40th in earnings, 40th in points. 40th in points is not happening. Or finish ahead of Casey Atwood, which can happen because he has wrecked out a handful of times. But I think I'm just going to go rank 40th in earnings because every now and then we can get a good race and get some earnings. Participate in a race to get paid. Might as well put Craftsman on there because they're giving us $1,000 more per race. That makes the most sense to me. And participate to get paid. I'm just gonna go with Nikon because we have good prestige with them. Might as well keep them on the car somewhere because I think we did not have them anywhere. No, we had Delphi a lot of places. Okay, we have what, 2 Delphis? The rear end, the side, and then the teams are Nikon and Craftsman, and our primary is Craftsman. So good to go. We'll be good there. And next, after this race, will be the end of our repairing an engine and all that. So we can get another one starting to repair after that. So we can kind of keep things rolling here and keep things going. But on to New Hampshire, this is going to be a rough race for me. I don't really like New Hampshire much at all. So $218,000. We're doing decent on the money right now. So we need to keep that up, and hopefully we could have a decent race here. All right, well, shockingly, I got to like nearly a second off of the qualifying time. They have a 28.8. I got a 29.999. So like barely in the 29, or barely in the 29, just under a 30. So I'm okay with that. And it sounds like I'm gonna blow my engine down these straightaways. I'm really like risking it with the gear ratio, but I feel like it's our best opportunity because it doesn't downshift in the middle of the corners. It might on a long run. I don't know. I only ran a couple laps at a time just to see how the car felt. But yeah, we are revving it to hell going on the straight. So it is what it is. If we blow up, I guess. I don't know. But it is our better, newer engine. So I kind of hope we don't blow it up. But I don't know how it's going to go. We ran a 29.9 there. Let's go. That's 34th in qualifying. Man, that 35th in top 35 qualifying would have been a good bet then. Damn it. That's a little unfortunate. And we'll see if this second lap can be faster. We got a little bit more of a run to the line, I believe. I could be wrong, though. But the revving of the engine's so interesting. I don't know if I want to like move it back some so we don't go that high, but I don't want it to start downshifting in the corners. But that's going to be a 29.8. Hey, I can't be mad about that. We're 30th in qualifying. That's a really good job for us.
Joe Moore and Barney Hall welcoming you to Loudon, home of the New Hampshire International Speedway, for today's New England 300. What can you tell us about Loudon?
Well, gear selection is everything here at New Hampshire. Very important to be able to accelerate out of these tight corners. The danger is picking too low of a gear and hitting the top end too early on the straights and blowing an engine.
Shauna Robinson has had some bad luck the last 2 races.
He definitely needs a good finish, not just for himself, but for the team, his sponsors, and everyone else involved with that team.
Jeff Green joined Richard Childress Racing in 2001. It was the first year RCR had run 3 cars at one time in Winston Cup.
And being a part of a very successful multi-car operation is important to Jeff. His first foray into Winston Cup was a little rough, but with Childress, he's got a good chance to run well week in and week out.
The Sears Craftsman car can't seem to find the right setups for his qualifying runs this year.
Makes it tough to get a good finish when you start in the back. Even if you have a fast car, you still spend the whole race working through the traffic. You always have to be on the lookout for the big one.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
There was a lot of stuff that I was worried about that the announcers just immediately talked about, like picking a gear, blowing your engine on the straights. That's one thing I am very worried about in this. They immediately said that, which is crazy. They said Shauna Robinson's a he again. I don't know why they keep doing that, but also Shauna Robinson qualified 9th. That's a crazy qualifying effort by them. Oh, we're like 4 wide here. Back it off. No, we were 4 wide, my guy. Bad spotter. We were 4 wide, not 3 wide. That was sketchy. Okay, we're 3 wide now. Oh, they're hitting underneath us. We're definitely 3 wide. Could be 4 wide. I'm not sure. I'm trying to get in front of Jeff Purvis here. Trying not to smack the wall. Ow. And then Terry behind us. Sorry, Terry. That's my bad. That's one thing. I need to get down to the bottom at this track like we were in qualifying, or I am not going to be fast up top. Because I feel like I have the car tight enough to where I can run off the bottom and not the top. But hey, look at that run we had on the exit there on Kyle Petty and Jeff Purvis. I cannot speak right now. But I'm excited for this race right now. I do not like New Hampshire, like, ever when I do it on iRacing and stuff like that. I've always had, like, a bad time at this track. It's just never been my place at all. Just, like, these flat-style tracks. Not like Martinsville, but like this. I got in the Casey Kane, just moved him. Hey, bump and run, buddy. Learn about it. But, I completely messed up that corner after I got in the cane. But New Hampshire's always just been a real tough track for me. I've never enjoyed running here on anything for some reason. But this is the best that we've fared in the first couple laps at a race in a while. We qualified really well. We are falling to the back slowly, but a lot slower than normal. I need to get back down to the bottom, like this very bottom, and I feel like we can actually run decent down here. I get such a better run off the corner. I'm not worrying about smacking the wall and stuff on the exit. And we get a really good run down the backstretch, I think, because of our gearing. But I think our gearing might end up screwing us. Who knows? I'm going to run at the bottom lane, very bottom, not even on the track, actually. But hey, they actually making a pass there because we can run that bottom. We're doing very well doing that. So we need to keep this up. New Hampshire might be one of our better tracks, shockingly. Like, a place that I usually don't have any success at. On Dirt to Daytona, we were, like, excessively fast here, though, so it was interesting. Same with Martinsville. We were even more excessively fast at Martinsville and Dirt to Daytona. It was kind of crazy. But I'm real interested to see how this tire wear is going to affect me in these corners, because it's going to start getting really tight, I think. And that's going to really hurt me on exit of these corners. Like, I might be able to get mid-corner all right, but then once I start getting on throttle, I might just push all the way to the wall. But hey, we're running 38th right now. Look at us go. Me about having to blow my engine on the straightaway to keep up with these guys. But hey, whatever works. As long as we don't blow the engine, that'd be nice. Because if they say we're, like, our engine temp's getting hot or something, I'm screwed. I can't do anything about it. Like, I'm just going to have to start, like, letting off earlier going into a corner or something. Like, on the straights, I just can't get it as revved up. I was, like, completely off the throttle that entire entry and still got up in the Kyle Petty. Steve Park got by us. I almost took him out because I got loose trying to turn it back down the track. But we are running very well. This is the best like running on a normal track that we have yet. Like besides Daytona and Talladega, this is the best that we have done on an actual track. Even though we're 39th, qualified 30th, which is a hell of a qualifying effort. But we are doing very, very well. And like the whole pack, like, or at least a lot of the pack is right in front of us. A lot of people are super tight right here in times. But yeah, we're gonna be pitting here in probably about 7 laps or so. And we'll see if we can try to make any more passes on these guys, because we're doing really well. And halfway on fuel right there. So yeah, we're gonna be pitting around lap 15, just because like fuel doesn't dictate us going much further, especially because of our gearing as well. So we'll be a lap down by the end of this thing anyways. So we'll finish a lap shorter. So it's all right. We'll be fine on fuel. But I'm just excited with how we're running. We just have to not wreck this thing or wreck into somebody else. And we have a good shot at maybe finishing like top 35 if we really run this smart. Gonna be able to get under them here. I overshot it, getting in the Kyle Petty, and then that got up into, I think that's a 26 on the outside. Is that Scott Wimmer maybe? I can't quite remember. I can't let them get under me though, because if they get under me, it really hurts me on the corners. I got to be able to stay right down here, but I overshot turn 1 there and completely like took them out, but didn't fully take them out at least. Front tires are getting worn out. Able to block off Kyle Petty there. We're running really well. I'm super excited about this. Like, this is the best that we have ran ever so far. Like, I guess maybe a short package, like this Dover-ish maybe. Maybe not Dover, that's more high speed, but we are running so well here, it's shocking me. And we did turn down a contract to beat Casey Atwood in a race, and hey, look, here's Casey Atwood. We're battling him for 35th, 36th. We might be 3 wide right here. We were. With Frank Kimmel as well. I'm losing it on the straightaway. Don't start saying something's wrong with the car. I think that's just because I was a little slow there. But they're scaring me if they're saying something, if is something wrong with the car or anything. But look at that, we got to 35th and we're pulling away from them. This is a freaking miracle, I swear. Like this is the best race that we've had so far this season. And Shauna Robinson, after starting 9th, is back here in 33rd. So they just had some sort of miracle qualifying effort. And then now there's some people on pit road. We have a chance at finishing very well here. I am excited, to say the least. All right, we're gonna pit this lap because we're gonna end up going a lap down very soon anyways. There's not a ton of cars on pit road right now, and we'll make it to the end on fuel. It'll be tight, but we'll make it to the end on fuel. But we got to, yeah, we're very low on fuel right now, so we'll make it the rest of the way. We just gotta hit this pit road nice and clean. And that was about as good as we can get it. We don't need repairs. How much would that do? Like 0.3? It's not terrible, but we don't need that. So we're just gonna go with the 17.7. We got up to like 35th on track, like legit. So I'm excited to see how the back half of this race is gonna go. Oh, he slipped. Still a decent stop. It was only like 3/10 slow with that mess up, so I'm not even that mad about it. Like that mess up was not that huge. They were on a heater apparently, and then he had that mess up, so I'm not even mad about that. We are back in 42nd right now, but we are gonna get some of those spots back, I imagine, with some guys that still haven't pitted maybe. So we're just gonna, I think that Mike Skinner is on the outside is in 43rd. Either we lost a ton of time or we're about to start passing some people back. I don't know. Maybe next time by we'll start passing some people back. It's interesting how we don't have any grill tape that we could like throw on or off the car. Yeah, these guys we were already ahead of and they just haven't pitted yet. So yeah, I think we're gonna get by some of these guys once they go pit because we're getting back by them right now. And by the time they do a whole pit cycle, then we'll get back in front of them. So yeah, we might get back up to like 35th or something. This is going very, very well. And I am super shocked at a track like this. I did not expect that by any means. Because this is Kyle Petty, who we were battling with just before the pit stop. Oh no, I did not mean that. I did not want that to happen because that gave us some front left damage. I was trying to stick right to his right rear and we got into his right rear, so that slowed us up a little bit. Also, what slowed us up a little bit is as soon as we were getting into our stall, Jeff Burton was coming out. So like we like checked up so he can go out so we can come in like clean. So that kind of slowed us up a good bit, which was unfortunate, but we're gonna start getting some of those spots back. Yeah, Casey Kane on pit road. Mark Martin, he's on the lead lap. He's nobody we can really battle with right here. Kyle Petty is flying up to my rear end though. He is really catching us. It seems like they're slow off pit road. Mark Martin, I'm sorry. I gotta go down here. And I overshot it. I'm sorry, Mark. Thanks for the bump though. Oh, and then Kyle Petty's going to the wall. That's actually gonna probably be a caution. It is, and then we're getting nailed by Mike Skinner. Oh no. What a mess. That's a terrible way for that caution to come out. We're gonna need to pit and get this damage fixed because that was a complete mess. I got into the right rear of Kyle Petty, and then we got nailed by everybody else, so that sucked. We're gonna pit. Might as well pit, get tires, and top off on fuel, I guess. It looks like a lot of the back guys back here are pitting anyways, or at least some of those guys that were in that wreck maybe. Fix the damage, full tank. Yeah, we'll get just everything fresh, get back out there. We'll be in last, but we'll be on the same lap as a lot of guys, so we should maybe get us some of those spots back, I would imagine, because we honestly, we're running really well up to that point.
Putting on 4 Goodyear Eagles.
I thought they were gonna have another mess up, honestly, but overall that was a clean stop, and we're gonna be in the back of the field. I think we're on the same lap as some of these guys. We should be, at least, I would imagine. We'll see when we hit the line here. We are slow off the restart, but we are fast when we're actually green. Let's see, are we on the same lap? Yeah, oh, we're only on the same lap as 2 people. Dang it. It's only Kimmel and Casey Kane. Those are the only guys we're on the same lap as, so that's a bummer. We can only gain 2 spots up to 41st, and nobody's actually blown their engine yet, which is shocking. I cannot believe that. Like, am I supposed to blow my engine in this race or something with how freaking high RPMs I'm getting on the straights? Maybe it wasn't Kimmel, because we passed Kimmel, and that was no spot, so I don't know who is. I know it's Kane in the 98, and it's the 45 of Kyle Petty. Okay, so it's both these guys right ahead of us. I about lost into that corner. I wonder if, like, we didn't pit there, if we would have been on the same lap as a lot more guys. I don't know. I don't know how that goes. I think it should have been still the same as it was before, but I thought we were on the same lap as a lot more people, so a little unfortunate because I thought we were going to get a really good finish out of this thing, but the highest we're going to get is probably 40th if somebody else blows their engine by the end of this thing. I think we'll get by Casey Kane by the end of this. Like right here we're getting by him, and I'm getting into Shauna Robinson, who's slow as all hell. She started up in 9th and worked her way to the back very quickly. She was pulling a Mia at like any other track, basically. Whenever we qualify, okay, we just fall straight back. But man, that's a little bit of a bummer. We actually had a lot of speed and could have finished well, but I really screwed it up with that wreck completely. Leader's taking the white flag now, so we got a lap and a half left. We got in front of Steve Park. So I'm interested to see what position he finishes in, like him, Elliott Sadler here, because we're running up with these guys, and like Kyle Petty's chasing us, trying to get this 1 spot back. I'm just shocked nobody else blew their engine in this race. Like out of every race, we run well in this one, and nobody blows an engine for us to get a spot too. And but we are getting by Elliott Sadler. Slow and steady, but we're gonna end up getting in front of Elliott Sadler here by the end of this thing, it looks like, as long as I don't kill myself in 3 and 4. I'm just disappointed because I destroyed this car in this race, and that's the one thing I'm trying not to do, is I'm trying to keep the car clean and not destroy the thing. And it looks like somebody might have blown their engine after the start finish line. Like that doesn't help us at all. So what a big bummer of the race. We actually have some really good money out of that one, 124,000. So we got multiple of the sponsor bonuses in that one. That was pretty good. Tony Stewart gets the win, Junior second, Mark Martin, Marlin, and then Newman at top 5. So don't know where Harvick or Gordon are, so that'll be interesting to see. And where was where was Steve Park and Elliott Sadler? Around 32nd, 34th here for them. Greg Biffle was 33rd. We could have easily finished right around here, and we would have had such a great day. I'm so disappointed in how that went. That wreck really killed us, like, in multiple ways. But Gordon finishes back in 12th, Harvick in 10th, so he gets a couple more points on him. Dale Jarrett up in 9th, and then I saw... what was it? Junior Stewart up here in the top, and Stewart ends up winning it, so he gets a lot of points. So point standings are getting quite interesting here, a little over halfway through the season. Well, coming up next is going to be Pocono next episode. We actually have a lot of money in the bank, 282, and we just got our engine repaired. So we have a fresh engine. This is our better engine, and then we can start getting another one repaired, honestly, and it could take not that long. We could do one for like 4 races. That should be fine. And then we could also do the same with a chassis. We can repair a chassis because this one is absolutely destroyed. We got a fresh one now, and this is the one that we just got hurt a bunch, but we can get this one repaired. 4 races, 31,000, so that's what, 61,000 and 2 things getting repaired for 4 races. And that's gonna be a nice rotation, trying to get things completed like that. We do have the R&D for 7 more races, so that's gonna be quite a while, and then we'll have to build a new chassis off of that. So, but with this new influx of money coming in, we're doing better, and hopefully we can keep up this this kind of momentum, because we're doing very well these last few races since we got that new engine. Chicagoland was really rough, but wasn't sure how we're gonna do at a mile and a half. New Hampshire shockingly was great, and we just screwed it over with that wreck. That was all on me getting into Kyle Petty. So a little disappointed in that one, because we could have finished like top 35, and we were in 35th before the pit cycle. So that was a very interesting race, and I screwed it up with that wreck. Should have just battled him a little bit more and tried to get back under him in the next corner, and I got into his right rear a little bit too much, and we wrecked really bad. So that did hurt us, but overall, fun episode. I'm excited to see the more races coming up, the better and better we can get. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.